burning gods, and Ganga. These are the three things most people think of when they visit Varanasi. But this ancient city has so much more to offer. And just as it would be a shame to visit Varanasi without experiencing these three iconic aspects, it would also be a shame to only experience them. That's why in today's video we are doing both. We'll dive deep into one of Varanasi's hidden temples to uncover what lies beneath the surface. But we'll also venture beyond the city to Sarnath, one of the most important Buddhist sites in the world, yet a place that most visitors completely miss. So stay tuned and let's explore the true Varanasi together. Hey everyone, so it's a beautiful morning here in Varanasi. It's a little bit cold, but it seems that it will be a sunny day, judging by the sky. And yeah, this is our second day here and the only full day, because yesterday we arrived like early afternoon and now we are just gonna go to see some temples. We will also go to this famous Buddhist site that is here. I'm not sure how it's called. And then in the evening we will have a night walk. Like the owner of the hotel offered us to take us tonight on the night walk through temples, so that is also something that we will be doing a little later. So yeah, let's start this day and let's try to get the most out of it. This video was supposed to start with a visit to Sri Kashi Vishwanath, a significant 18th century Hindu temple, but unfortunately we were not allowed to film there, which is something to keep in mind in case you want to visit the place yourself. Finished sightseeing this Vishwanath temple, which is, by the way, the most famous Hinduistic temple in the old world. And you know, it was really good. Only bad thing is that we couldn't film, so you have to leave all your electronics like in one locker room near the temple, and then you need to like pass through two checkpoints where they look at everything, so you can't really hide it. And then you also have a guide with you who see if you film or not, so you really couldn't film. But still, it was a very good experience. You know, it was like a little bit of waiting, but overall, pretty nice place. So instead, we are going to spend the first couple of minutes of this video to take you to the old streets of Varanasi, which I find very interesting because it is on the streets where lies the charm of every city. This, like the old core of the city, is what I really like, because it's full of these old buildings and there are like paintings that, you know, they were painted, you know, some are new, some are old. And you know, when you go through most of the cities, like even if they have the old core, it is usually like redeveloped, and you know, the walls are there, like the walls are still there, but you know, it's just walls, nothing more. But here it's like the core is there, but it's also that the way of life that was there before is also here. So so it's different, you know, it's not just walls, it is like this feeling like you're in a different time. Like you can really feel these old vibes in this old area. That's something that I think is pretty rare, that you can't really find everywhere. No, but no, thank you, but no. It's okay, thank you. And also guys, I have to show you my favorite part, which because of the layout of the buildings kind of reminded me of Times Square in New York City. So it was like a Varanasi version of Times Square. And after this we tried to tuk-tuk our way from the old city to Sarnath, but that didn't really go as we planned. We just changed our plans a bit. We had like the third change of plans. So the traffic here is like the craziest we have seen from all cities that we've been to. and India has crazy traffic, so this tells a lot. And you know, this is the only city where it's like, if you're like in this center, it's like physically like impossible to get to the outside part, at least not in normal time. Like you can't come from here 5 kilometers outside center. You can't do it. It's impossible. And that's why I think that probably if anyone is coming to Varanasi, the best thing that they could do, especially if you want to visit places like Sarnath, which is the most famous Buddhist site in the world, you probably want to stay in a hotel that is outside of the center, because from outside you will catch the taxi, you will get here, you know, but from here, like, no way, it just doesn't really work. Eventually we settled down on the idea to go back to the hotel and ask Steph for the help with the transport. But even that didn't go completely smoothly. And as you can see, we are now back at the river. I mean, now you can see. And we really don't know how to find our hotel, because we always get lost up there, and then we go through these stairs that are here, and then we find our hotel. We don't know how to get there through these stairs. So the hotel managed to arrange us the tuk-tuk, and now we are going to Sarnath, to the Buddhist site, and I don't know how long it will take, but hopefully not more than like 30 minutes. It was like 500 years before Christ when Buddha first time like he made this speech here, and that speech, I'm not sure how it's called, it's some complicated name, but like that speech is considered the beginning of Buddhism. That is the most important part, like that part there. Slowly we are getting closer to the place where Buddha held his first speech. I mean, probably it wasn't the first, but it was very important because it started the Buddhist religion. And check it out, the tradition. Visiting Sarnath kind of reminded me of Rani Ki Vav experience. There was this big garden around the attraction, and it was so peaceful and in contrast with the atmosphere that you find in the city, which makes it a perfect place to experience something different. Yeah, the place is very, very beautiful. Do you agree with that? Yes. I like how it looks very, very massive, but also what is more important is how many people you see coming here, and like that after all these years, you know, there are still a lot of people who are following the religion and to who this place matters, and that's really beautiful. So I think that is what really adds the weight to this place. It's not like the stones or like stuff like that, but it's this idea that people have in their head that, you know, this is important, and it is, you know, because of that it is. After how much time you spend in India, you can never get used to the crowds. Like, that's crazy, really. So that's something that always is surprising you, at least me. And yeah, now we are going to our hotel room, where we are going to rest a bit, and slowly but surely, like, this trip is starting to get to me a bit, and I'm just feeling a little bit tired, like mentally, you know, I'm kind of, you know, the end is coming and I'm ready for the end, you know, I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, you know, for me, when the culturally speaking, when like And like culturally speaking, when I come to the place that is so different, I just can't feel 100% comfortable. And like that over time, like just makes me mentally tired, and I just need to get back to what I'm used to and to the place where I feel comfortable. But I have a feeling that this had something to do with Varanasi, because before I visited this city, I was in a really good mood and positive, but after I came to Varanasi, I feel that the weight of this place really got to me, and I started feeling tiredness, which I couldn't get rid of for the rest of the trip. And this is not to say that Varanasi is a negative place or anything like that. I just feel that it has this spiritual weight which really left a mark on me. And now this brings us to our final stop of the day, which was night walk and temple run, which was very short but impactful experience for me, but more on that in the minutes to come. So we rested a bit in the hotel, and now it's maybe like 7:30 p.m. and we are gonna take a little walk in the city. We will go to this place, it's called the Al-Magir Mosque. And then we will like return to the hotel, and then at 9:45 p.m. we will actually take this night temple walk through the city. So yeah, now we will just explore the mosque, and yes, that's it. The mosque, and the guy here will now, I think, show us even in the inside. Very beautiful mosque. Yeah, we just visited the mosque, and the mosque is actually closed, but the guy opened it for us and even unlocked the inside part and let us film. So it was very nice experience. He said that the mosque is more than 400 years old, so it's very old. And yeah, it's a beautiful, it's really beautiful mosque, and it was so nice to see. And the guy was also very happy that we came and see it, and like so were we. So yeah, and he offered us in the morning to come to the mosque and to go up on the top, and that like we can take pictures from the top of the mosque, which would really be great. And you know, we have a flight around 1 p.m. but we might... Hello. Hi. Picture? Oh yeah. So we might come, yeah. For the end of the night, the owner of our hotel offered to take us on a temple run. Now, when he mentioned temple run, I thought he will take us to see multiple temples, but instead, he brought us to witness the ritual in one of them. And this is how it looked like. These rhythmic sounds continued for around 10 minutes and gradually got faster and faster. And I think rituals like this one perfectly showcases the reason why Westerners have so much trouble understanding Hinduism. Because in the West, we usually reach spirituality through calmness and quietness, while in Hinduism, you have sounds and bursts of energy, and I feel people in the West never experience this kind of intensity, not just in religion, but in life in general. We also visited one more temple, and this one was some type of a well, and you can look at it, and if you don't see your reflection in the water, that means that you're going to die in 6 months. Oh, and in case if you're wondering, I didn't look at it. And with this, guys, we come to the end of the video, and after spending 2 days in Varanasi, I have to tell you that I like this city. I like the idea of it, and I like the fact that there are still places like this one where spirituality plays such an important role in everyday life. But I also have to say that from all the cities that I visited, not just in India, but ever, this one felt the most unusual and the most foreign, and I really felt out of the place during my stay in Varanasi. And it especially got to my girlfriend, who felt quite uneasy towards the end of Varanasi visit. And again, this is not to say that Varanasi is a negative place, but just that it is so different from the environment that I came from that it's pretty much impossible to adapt to it.